or longer years since I got left Hulk Hogan, and my family is in the worst mess. Brooke doesn't talk to us. She's had twins. She got married. She didn't tell us. She had twins. She didn't tell us. She had a huge fight with Terry.
It all began with quiet, no breaking news alerts, no blaring headlines, no flashing cameras, just a slow, heavy wave that moved gently through the wrestling world, a whisper that at first didn't seem possible. The kind of whisper you hope is wrong, but whispers became confirmations. The impossible had happened. Hulk Hogan, real name Terry Bollea, was gone. For millions of fans, the news didn't feel real. How could it be? How could the man who body slammed giants, who turned wrestling into mainstream entertainment, who ruled the 80s and 90s with his trademark bandana and booming voice, suddenly not be here anymore? The man who would step into the ring, point to the crowd, cup his ear, and shout, "What you gonna do, brother?" Now silent, Hulk Hogan wasn't just a wrestler. He was a cultural icon, a larger-than-life figure. A superhero who didn't wear a cape, but instead dressed in yellow and red, ready for battle. And now, that powerful presence, that unmatched energy, was gone. But as shocking as his death was, something else left an even deeper mark. What happened at his private funeral? The media focused on who attended. The wrestling legends, the celebrities, the old friends who came to say goodbye. But there was one moment that overshadowed everything. One voice that broke the room. It was his daughter, Brooke Hogan. What she shared wasn't polished for TV. It wasn't a rehearsed speech or a poetic performance. It was real, raw, honest, and for the first time, the world got a glimpse of Hulk Hogan as the man behind the mustache, the father, the human being, the soul no camera ever fully captured. If you stay with me through this story, you'll understand why Brooke's words didn't just honor Hulk Hogan, they revealed a side of him few people ever knew. In the days following his death, shock and sadness spread everywhere. Social media became a flood of memories, photos, and tributes. Fans, wrestlers, actors, athletes, everyone had a story. From Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to Ric Flair, from John Cena to musicians and Hollywood stars who grew up watching him, all shared how Hogan had inspired them. Everyone remembered their first time seeing him in the ring, the way he lit up an arena, the way he made you believe anything was possible. But while the world grieved openly, the Hogan family stayed silent. No interviews, no tweets, no press statements. Later, it was revealed that this was exactly what Hulk had wanted. In his final wishes, he had asked for privacy. He didn't want a flashy public memorial. He wanted his goodbye to be sacred, intimate, for those who truly knew him, not just the brand. So that's what the family gave him. The funeral took place in Clearwater, Florida, a place Hogan had called home for years. It was simple, quiet, beautiful. No media, no camera crews, no streaming, just family, friends, and a handful of fellow wrestlers and close celebrities. Inside, the atmosphere was heavy but warm. People shared stories about long road trips on the wrestling circuit, about pranks in the locker room, about the physical battles and injuries, about the man who could make you laugh one moment and inspire you the next. But then Brooke stepped forward. For a few seconds, she didn't speak, not because she was trying to build drama, but because the weight of the moment was almost too much to carry. Her eyes were red. Her hands trembled slightly. She took a deep breath and began. "Everyone in this room knew him as Hulk Hogan," she said, her voice breaking. "But to me, he was just Dad." Those 5 words seemed to pierce the air. The mood in the room shifted instantly. Brooke didn't talk about championship belts, sold-out arenas, or fame. She talked about late-night car rides where he would play old soul music, about Sunday mornings making pancakes, about how, no matter how busy he was, he called before every big event to tell her he loved her. She shared how, even after coming home late from the road, he would kneel beside her bed and say a prayer for her. He wasn't perfect, she admitted, but he never pretended to be. He was strong, but gentle, loud, but thoughtful. He carried so much pain privately, pain he didn't want anyone else to carry for him. By now, even some of the toughest wrestlers in the room had tears in their eyes. When the world cheered for him, he was grateful, Brooke continued. When they turned on him, it hurt him more than he let on. But when I told him I loved him, it lit something inside him, like he couldn't believe he deserved it. Then Brooke pulled out a folded piece of paper from her purse, a letter her father had written to her when she was 16. She read a part of it aloud. "No matter where life takes us, no matter how crazy this world gets, remember this, your father is proud of you, always. If I fail at everything else, let me succeed at loving you." By the time she finished, no one was holding back their emotions. The room erupted into heartfelt applause, because what Brooke had given them wasn't just a farewell speech. It was a window into the soul of a man who had been hidden behind a character for decades. After she stepped down, Brooke hugged her mother. That moment, a quiet embrace, spoke volumes. For many, it symbolized healing, forgiveness, and unity. Hulk Hogan's life had not been without its flaws. He had made mistakes, faced controversies, and gone through very public struggles. But Brooke's tribute didn't try to erase those things. She honored the whole truth, the victories and the failures, the strengths and the weaknesses, and that's why her words hit so deeply. After the service, people couldn't stop talking about what they had heard. "He wasn't just a legend," said one former WWE colleague. "He was a dad who loved his daughter, and today, she made sure we all saw that." Another friend commented, "That was the most real thing I've ever heard at a funeral." She didn't sugarcoat him. She just loved him. Even though the funeral wasn't filmed or broadcast, word of Brooke's tribute began to spread. People who had been there shared pieces of it online. Fans started creating tribute videos using her words. Some went back to watch old Hogan interviews, clips from Hogan Knows Best, and even his music career with a new understanding. It wasn't about nostalgia anymore. It was about seeing the man behind the spotlight. In a world where icons are often remembered only for their public image, Brooke Hogan reminded everyone that behind the bandana, behind the muscles, behind the Hulkamania persona, was a man doing his best to be a father, to love his family, and to protect them from his own struggles. And maybe, in the end, that's enough. This isn't just a story about a funeral. It's about family, about how grief can bring clarity, about how the strongest tribute isn't always grand or dramatic. Sometimes, it's just the truth, spoken from the heart. If you've read this far, thank you for staying with me. What's your favorite Hulk Hogan memory? What did he mean to you growing up? Legends aren't just made in rings or under bright lights. They're also made in quiet kitchens over pancakes, in late-night phone calls, and in letters from a father to a daughter. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Your daughter's words made sure you'll never be forgotten, not just as a wrestler, but as a man who loved deeply. In the end, Brooke Hogan's words stripped away the spotlight and revealed the man behind the legend. Hulk Hogan wasn't just a wrestling icon. He was a father, a protector, and a man who loved with everything he had. His daughter's tribute wasn't about fame or titles. It was about love, truth, and the moments that truly matter. As we remember him, let's honor not just the superstar, but the human being. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Your legacy will live on, not only in arenas, but in the hearts of those who knew and loved you most.